Against the ropes, you fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote.
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Something wrong with the song? Oh man, we gotta fix that. Oh man, we gotta fix that, man. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight, man. Thank you, man. What's up, DB, Eric in St. Louis? What up, 65-year-old G, Lonnie, General Squirrels, DB, TB, E, Streamlabs up in here. What's up, Jeffrey? Sports 101. And yeah, man. So we got Roxanne coming in tonight. I'm pretty sure y'all will enjoy her. We got the residential gentleman in here yet, Jeffrey? We got Jarvis in here. It didn't play. I don't know why it didn't play. I played it. It didn't play. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear the song? Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear the song? Just asking. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Here we go. Play with no rehearsal. Y'all should be able to hear it. Okay, I guess y'all can hear it. Yeah, man. Let's get it, man. I appreciate everybody coming in, man. And we're going to continue the conversation. Now we can. Okay, got you. Okay, now I know. So we can just mute that shit now. And so we just going to carry on to from where we left off. The devil is a lie. Hey, life's a game with no rehearsal. Because the devil is a lie. Hey, I'm telling you the truth. Hey, it's all in what you do. Hey. Yeah, man. Yeah. So she's dope, man. She got like a lot of like great energy and shit. And I was like, I follow her on Instagram. And I met her one time, receipt for my payment. I met her one time before. And we'll talk about it. But yeah, man, how's everybody doing, man? Everybody Saturday good? Me and Black Fight Fan had a spontaneous live today. Hopefully everyone tuned in. It was pretty fun. Yeah, we're gonna get Paulie Malignaggi. Yeah, we got something special for him. We ain't stopping, man. Can't stop, won't stop, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, racism is alive and well. You know what I mean? It's definitely alive and well. And we have to keep on pushing. We have to keep on pushing. And when we keep on pushing, great things is gonna happen for us. Trust me. You know what I mean? And there's a card going on right now, the MMA card. How's that? Anybody watching that? Anybody watching it? Anybody watching it? How's the card coming? Is it a good card? Let me great show by you and Black. It was fun, right, Reg? It was fun, spontaneous. He hit me a couple hours before and we knocked it out. You know what I mean? It's important. It's important that we do shit like that. You know what I mean? And we will continue to do shit like that. Let me send this link out. Show. Yeah, so that's where we're at. What else is going on, man? I already know. I don't know what's going to happen Monday or Tuesday, but I can guarantee you there's a smear campaign coming. Definitely smear campaign. I don't know what they're going to say, what they're going to do, but they're going to have footage of him when he was 19 years old. I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, it's coming, dog. Trust me, it's coming. They're digging into his Twitter account, his Instagram account, his Facebook account. Oh man, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, I don't watch UFC either, but I figured people will be on it because it's the first time they've seen live sports in 2 months. You know what I mean? So, okay, Francis Nagano, whatever his name is, Nagano. Yeah, that USC card is trashed. Empty stadium idea by Dana White is dumb as hell. Oh, it is. It is. They'll show the highlights on ESPN, and I'll watch it a little later tonight. And but But yeah, oh yeah, rest in peace to Little Richard. Rest in peace to Andre Harrell. And speaking of music, did anyone see Erica Badu and Jill Scott? Did y'all watch that? I watched the whole shit. That's the first one I've watched. 2024 AMG. We gotta get it done. Did anybody watch that shit? Am I the only one? I was watching it on Champside. Champside had a dope stream. You know what I mean? Champside had a dope stream. I was watching it on his channel because I didn't have to see the comments going up on Instagram. So that was pretty dope. And so yeah. Rumor has it in my family that my grandmother used to babysit Little Richard. She says she did. You know what I mean? I don't know, but she says she used to. So I don't know. It was dope, huh? It was real dope. That shit was dope as hell. That was a dope ass. When I say that shit was, man, I was sitting there. Well, yeah, I already told you how much of a Jill Scott fan I was, and so 800,000 on live. It was 800,000 people. That's more than a boxing match. I watched the whole thing through. I watched it I probably missed the first 15 minutes. Yeah, I watched it on Champ side because I didn't have to see the comments going up. But then it got taken down, probably for the music. Hopefully he didn't get a strike for it. You know what I mean? Because that copyright music, when you play it for an extended period of time, they kind of like when they did me like that with somebody. I think it was the Nipsey Hussle one. I had got a warning, and then we had ended before it ended. But when we was going down for Nipsey Hussle, that shit was fun too. That Nipsey Hussle shit, that shit was love. We're gonna do it next year too. We may do it for his birthday. His birthday is in August, so we may do it for his birthday. You know what I mean? And yeah, so that's where we're at. Where else we got? I was just impressed with the gracefulness of it. It was a lot of grace, you know what I mean? It was a lot of grace. It was a lot of love extended back and forth. It was very reciprocal, as it relates to Jill Scott and Erica Badu. And I didn't know that Erica Badu gave Jill Scott her first shot. I didn't know that. I had no idea. I was listening to him speak. And I was so young, I didn't know that people were pinning them up against one another. Jill Scott and Erica Badu. Oh man, I love that song. You cross my mind. You cross my mind. That shit goes, man. Dun, 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 dun. It just might have crossed my mind. Shit, I might want to play it. I wish I could play that shit. You know what I mean? Damn. Fred, the commentary trill you did was absolutely positive and needed. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Eric Jenkins. Fred, the commentary trill and you did was absolutely positive and needed. And guess who just stepped in the building? Jess, who just stepped in the building. How you doing, Queen? How you feeling? How you feel?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Welcome to the show. So this is the Barbershop. Can you see the comments on your screen or no?
Is it in yellow?
Well, that's on the screen, but do you have something for the comments?
I think so, yes.
On the right side?
Let me check. Okay.
Oh, you just X out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, you just might have crossed my mind. You just might have crossed my mind. Crushing hard on you. I bet I ain't crushing, nigga. Shit. Wait till I meet her. You just might have crossed. Yeah, you did. But it's cool. It's cool. We've been waiting this long.
This is next level technology stuff.
So
you're out here with the advancements.
I know, right? So can you see the comments? Because I want you to be able to see because people are gonna be talking to you in the comments. Can you see it?
So I only see one that was posted by Eric Jenkins. Is that the
Okay.
comment?
No, there's comments on the side. So what you got to do is you have another device.
I do have another device.
Yeah,
Yes.
get another device because they're gonna be talking to you on the side. They're gonna be talking
Okay,
to you.
let me get that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So should I just leave this one
Yeah,
running
that's fine.
again?
That's fine. We'll come back. We'll be here when you get back. I just might have crossed my mind. Just might have crossed my mind. Yeah, Jill Scott ain't getting away. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. All 220 pounds of her. She looked about 220 today. You know what I mean? Shit. Oh man, she was just sitting there so graceful. Oh, I, oh man, just receptive and man, yeah, it was dope, man. And you know what these rivalries are going to lead into? Tour dates. Erica Badu, Jill Scott on tour. Watch they parlay this shit into a tour. If you got 800,000 people live, imagine what you can do on a tour. That'll be a big ass tour, especially in the down south region. You know what I mean? And in these major cities. You know, they may not go to North Dakota and South Dakota, but they definitely gonna hit Dallas and Atlanta and the Carolinas, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. It's 251K viewing, beating Babyface and Teddy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were doing way too much though. They were doing way. I mean, that shit. I ain't even go back after that shit because it was freezing or some shit. I couldn't hear the sound. I figured I'll watch it on YouTube or something. You know what I mean? Or because Tidal always has the songs, so I figured I'd just go to Tidal. You know what I mean? I figured I'd just go to Tidal and do it that way. You know what I mean? So but yeah. You just might have crossed my mind. You just might have crossed my. It was my great grandmother, not my grandmother. Okay, I stand corrected. All right, my mom just told me. So who had the better playlist? Who had the better playlist, Jill Scott or Erica Badu? You just might have crossed my mind. You just might have crossed my mind. I'll be honest. I really didn't care. It was like a good mesh. You know what I mean? It was like a good mesh, and I was just sitting there vibing and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Niggas, niggas in every hood was Jill. Yeah, Jill was dope, man. Jill was dope because she's so graceful, dog. Like she wins all the time, dog. She wins all the time. Jill Scott wins all the time. So yeah. You just might have crossed my mind. You just might have crossed my mind. So I might be singing that like in between, like and shit when y'all. Yeah, and feel free. Oh, here's the stream if you guys want to call in. I mean, beam in. We'll interview her for a sec, and then you guys can beam in and ask her a question. And you know, what I mean, she's from great story too. She told me something today that I was like, "Whoa!" Blew my mind. And I'm hopefully she'll the most entertainment I want to partake in. Yeah, man. Feel free. Y'all gonna be able to beam in and ask her questions and shit. And she's big on current. Well, I'm just yeah. So that's where we're at. And I'll put the phone number. Well, I'll put the phone number up afterward. Hey, Jill Scott is an Aries like me. Oh, okay, Patty. Okay. When's your birthday, Patty? When is Aries? When is Aries? I don't even know the signs. You just might have crossed my mind. You just might have crossed my mind. Patty Dean in the building. she like, shit, Jill Scott getting all these compliments. Shit, she an Aries like me. Oh, you was asking the question on it? Yeah, it's on Trill Boxing Talk. It was fun. It was fun today, man. It's nice when you can speak open and passionately and honest about some stuff. You know what I mean? You just might have crossed my mind. AMG, you want Fred to nuke the old media? Why not? They ain't got jobs anyway. They come into our platform. Luda and Nelly.
Okay.
I'm not. You good now? You gravy, baby? You gravy?
I hope so.
Okay.
So I'm on YouTube on my laptop. So what should I be searching for?
Oh, go
Able to
the
see it.
second link in your email. I
Okay,
sent you a link in your email.
got it.
So just click that second link and just mute it and just let it run. Let it run in real time. Just mute it. Oh, your
Mhm.
birthday is April 8th? Okay, good. DMX could beat Jay-Z because Jay-Z might come in a little arrogant. And Jay-Z, actually DMX got better intros to his songs anyway. You know what I mean? He could potentially put some hurting on Jay-Z. So you ready? How you feeling? How's your Saturday coming?
I'm feeling good now. I mean, when you want the technology to work, all of a sudden it malfunctions. But we're good. We're good. My
Welcome to the
Saturday's
show. Welcome
lovely.
to the barbershop. And we come in here every night for quarantine. We're coming in here every night. And I wanted you to come on because I follow you on Instagram. And I was like, man, you're pretty like speaking of Jill Scott, you know what I mean? You come off very graceful online and very inviting, you know what I
Oh,
mean? And so
thank
I
you.
thought I'll be like, might as well have her come on the show. And
Might as well, right after the Queens gracing us with their presence on IG Live. Were you in there?
oh yeah, for Erica Badu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I loved it. How about tell us your thoughts on it?
Oh my gosh. That was like my childhood right there, watching them.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to a lot of their music growing up.
Uh-huh.
Super powerful
Uh-huh.
lyricists, the melodies just feel good always.
Uh-huh.
So to see them vibe out like that was really that was a treat for us.
I enjoyed how they was reciprocal of each other's energy.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it was
That made me feel so happy just watching them.
it
Yeah.
did. It definitely made you feel like a there is a God somewhere, you know, and God might have been a woman this Saturday. You know what I mean?
You might have been.
You know what I'm saying? It was that. What's your favorite Jill Scott song?
I would say Golden, just off the top of my
Golden.
head, because that's one of the songs I would continuously play for my daughter.
Uh-huh.
From when she was really young to now, I would say that's probably her favorite Jill Scott song too. She's 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask me. Ask me what's my favorite Jill
What's
Scott
your
song.
favorite Jill Scott?
You
Jill
just
Scott
might
song?
have crossed my mind. You just
Hey,
might have crossed my mind. Yeah. And I, what's your favorite Erica Badu song?
hmm, probably Bag Lady. Bag
Bad
Lady, or
lady.
you
I like
come
the
on.
808s in that song. I like the 808s in that song.
Uh-huh.
Ask me what's my favorite Erica Badu song.
What's your favorite
I'm
Erykah Badu
clever when I bust a rhyme.
song?
I'm clever.
See, don't take it there.
I love, man. That was my shit, man. That was my shit. It was too short though. I wanted it to be a little bit longer, man. So
It
you're
was
from South.
long considering the
Mhm.
parameters of IG, but yeah, I mean, we could definitely do with a full-on concert. That would be
Yeah, they're definitely torn. Based
amazing.
off of those numbers, they're definitely gonna do some type of touring. It
Mhm.
just makes too much sense for them to waste this energy and not monetize it. You know understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
And
sure.
you're from South Africa.
I am from Cape Town, South Africa, to be specific, the southernmost tip of Africa, a
Uh-huh.
beautiful city, a
Uh-huh.
phenomenal country. If you ask me, I may be biased, maybe not.
Tell us tell us more about South Africa because you're in Los Angeles now, right?
I
Uh
am. I'm in LA. Where are you right now? In LA too?
yeah, I'm in LA, yes.
So, man, where do you begin with South Africa? There's just so much history,
Mm-hmm.
so much heritage, so much culture. We have 11 official languages. I'm not sure if you know that.
11?
Uh-huh.
Oh
Official.
wow. Mm-hmm.
So, that in itself tells you about the amount of culture and heritage behind each one for us
Mm-hmm.
to have official languages that are that many. I mean, most people that you meet may speak two or three. If you speak any more than that, you must be a unicorn. But
Mm,
I mean, it's amazing
mm.
that there's so many different people, different cultures, different religions. But it's like we consider ourselves a rainbow nation.
Mhm.
So yeah.
How old were you when you came to America? Or did
Oh,
you visit here a couple of times? Or did you visit a couple times and
I actually visited the United States for the first time in 2010. I
Mhm,
came to Miami. I was there for about 2 weeks. And then I had been to LA. No, I'm
mhm,
lying. I was in Miami 2010. In 2015, I went to New York City. I was there for about 2 weeks as well. And then I had come to Los Angeles in November of 2017. So I'd been to the States 3 times before eventually moving out here.
mm.
But my daughter and I only immigrated in November 2018. So this year will be 2 years. I still feel like I'm pretty fresh.
Oh, and you said something to me which was like kind of threw me back as as it relates to uh like never ever having a boss, like you being your own boss since you were what,
13.
13, right?
Huh?
Take your time and talk about that. No, I'm serious because I preach that all the time. They'll tell you in the I'm not sure if you're reading the chat, but they're
I mean,
definitely
I have it down here and I'm just like up and
oh,
down. Like there's a lot
oh
going
yeah, yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And because I preach uh, entrepreneurship all the time. And can you elaborate on 13 to now?
Absolutely. So, I mean, at the age of 13, I would obviously still be in school, but
Mm-hmm,
that's when I was scouted by a modeling agency, by the first agency that signed me.
mm-hmm,
And that may have been the start of my career in entertainment or in fashion, and then leading up to entertainment. But also at that age, yes, I would have a weekend job and actually go and help my cousin work at like a family-owned Italian restaurant. So that working at that restaurant each weekend for about 3 years as a teenager was the closest I'd come to having a boss. I
mm-hmm,
was assisting the I think you guys refer to them as servers,
mm-hmm,
waitrons,
mm-hmm.
waitresses, waiters. So I was essentially helping them and being paid via tips from each of the other
Oh wow.
staff.
Okay.
That's the extent of working for someone else.
Uh-huh.
But being signed at the age of 13, I ended up staying with that agency for 7 years. And they really helped mold me in becoming or at least having the career mindset in this industry because they
Mm-hmm,
gave me the freedom to learn as I went along.
mm-hmm,
Um, from leaving that agency to signing with the agencies I was with after, I always stayed in fashion.
mm-hmm,
And I then eventually progressed into doing more TV work, more television, more commercials, more short films, feature films, reality TV shows. But it's always been in this space of
mm,
entertainment. And then also becoming a DJ,
mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily have a boss when you're a DJ, right?
How old were you when you decided to start putting on your hands on the ones and twos?
I had always had a love for music. So I thought that, you know what, music was going to be the career path that I chose.
Mm-hmm,
And I guess at some point I made the choice to stick with fashion, to stay in the industry of fashion and print media and let music fall to the side. That decision I made around the age of 15. But throughout my school career, I was always in the choir. I was always playing musical instruments, writing music, because I thought that composing was something that I was going to end up doing, or
mm,
songwriting.
got
But
you.
because I let that fall to the side somewhat, it was just, something that I enjoyed doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the decision to actually take this passion, this interest further, literally only came about within the past 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. So once I made the decision to actually put myself into a DJ school and
Uh-huh.
learn the technical aspect to add that with my knowledge of music and my passion and my interest thereof, that's really when it took off in a
Mm,
much faster, in a much bigger way than I had anticipated.
mm. How's it been DJing? Elaborate on that. Like,
It's been so fulfilling. Just the experience of the energy that you get to exchange with people, whether you are meeting them on the dance floor before your set
mm-hmm,
or after, once they've experienced your set.
mm-hmm,
The appreciation for the music, the connectedness that we all have, whether we speak the same language or come from the same place, music connects us and it heals us as well.
mm,
So I feel like music has been, being able to DJ and share music with people has been such a blessing, such an eye opener to the
mm,
similarities that we have as people.
mm.
And yeah, it actually shines a light on how similar we are
How so?
when we get, yeah, it's just
How-
like, it's music. It makes, it fills up my soul.
mhm.
I love it so much.
Now you've been here for 2 years, like every full time for 2 years, right? So your first 2 years DJing, you were in South Africa.
Correct.
How was the transfer over here, knowing that you have to play more American? I don't know. You tell me. You have to play more
Okay.
American music as opposed to more
Mhm.
native South African music.
So I definitely feel like within that first year after being in DJ school, I did not expect it to take off in the way that it did. I went
Mm,
from playing gigs for free to being flown around the country to play gigs in other cities, to being put up in hotels, to literally from earning nothing, doing it just for the love of the music and for the love
mm,
of sharing that gift, to paying or like invoicing clients for pretty penny. So
mhm,
that was like, whoa, that's a lot that happened in the space of 10 months.
mm,
And because I consider myself a deep house DJ, that is the genre that I play. I'm
mhm,
not an open format DJ, and much love and respect to the DJs who do play that,
mhm,
but I don't have that in my catalog.
mhm,
I stick to what I know and what I'm good at and what I'm passionate about. So the transition from playing to a South African audience to playing to an American audience didn't change drastically because
mhm,
I chose to stick to stay in my lane
mm,
and just because I know what my path is, and others may say, why not play country music? Why not play rock? Why not play commercial?
mhm,
It's not for me. And if I'm it doesn't feel right. So if I'm gonna keep doing it just because I'm being told to do it, is something the magic's gonna be lost.
mm.
You know what I mean?
So
I
you never
haven't
had any. So you never had any fear of like, man, I think I need to go play this hip hop. You know what I mean? Or no?
I have so much
That's
respect for
incredible.
the DJs that do because I feel like there's an art, just to begin with, there's an art to DJing.
Mm,
So for me, not feeling as comfortable with playing hip hop and R&B as I do with house music, I'm not going to just throw myself in that situation and expose the imperfectness of it.
mm,
I'll rather stay in my lane. I'll play hip hop when I'm at home. And if I was to play any other genre, it would be old school. It would be old school hip hop, old school R&B,
mm.
funk music, soul music, feel good music.
Gotcha.
That's what I would be playing essentially.
I got you.
I
Now,
have, however, been booked to play private events
mhm,
where, because you know, if you're playing boutique events or like more intimate functions, clients are booking me based on the sound that they know I play. But
mhm.
if someone's
Gotcha.
booking you to play a private event, they have a different set of requirements, a
Mhm,
different sound that they want. So I
mhm.
have played other genres, but I don't market myself as that person.
It just falls in your lap every now and again.
And to make sure that the client is satisfied, I stay in a communication with them about what it is exactly that they want
Gotcha.
the
Gotcha.
sound to be like for the event specifically.
Gotcha. Now, COVID-19. We said we're gonna talk about some current events, right?
Mhm.
COVID-19 is obviously taking over the world, and Africa has been in the mix of it. mixed with that as it relates to they want to test Africans. They want to. Did you hear about that? Okay, okay. I don't know if you're rolling your eyes at me or you like nigga shut up or I don't know. So, but
I'm just like, I heard about that and I'm rolling my
okay,
eyes at him.
okay, yeah, yeah. Uh, tell us your thoughts about they want Africans to be like test dummies for the
Like guinea pigs,
yeah guinea pigs. Yeah.
you can miss us with that.
Uh huh.
Like all the way, just miss us with it.
Uh huh.
Because we have so much wealth, so much riches, so much to offer the world in Africa. And I feel like it's the first place that these larger countries want to target because they are so scared of the power that we would have if we all stood
Hmm.
together and united. And we're like, actually, no, we don't want to be a part of this. You can do that in your country.
Hmm.
Do it over there. Do it in the Western world. You don't need to bring that all the way over here
Mm.
because our people we are good. We've been good.
Mm. Pe- People say I've heard a lot about like Europeans and Chinese and are putting in bids to like conquer Africa today. Can you elaborate more on that? Can you can you give us a visual of that of what it looks like?
I'm I don't know if I would do it justice by giving a visual, but I have heard similar speculation or rumors or yeah, similar stories about it.
Hmm.
And it just goes back to what I said about how powerful Africa is. Africa
Hmm.
is the future, in my opinion. If you ask me, I just wish that more Africans believe that and if we were to stand together and actually say, no, you know what, you can keep the money that you want to offer us in order for this exchange to happen, because we're not willing to give up our riches, we're not willing to give up our people,
Hmm.
and offer them up for your taste and offer them up for whatever crazy ideas are out there.
Mm.
Maybe we need more African, or at least the people that are in power, the presidents of a lot of our African countries, more of them need to be able to stand up and object to what's been okay in the past.
Mm. Gotcha. How do y'all recognize Nelson Mandela in South Africa? Who is he in South Africa?
So many different views.
I know that's why I'm very interested, and because people that would be one of the more obvious questions.
If you're asking me how I see him,
Sure.
I'll,
Yeah. You can
I'll
start
speak
with
for
yourself.
myself. I see him as the best we ever had.
Mm,
He's my president,
mm,
to put it plainly. Like the same way I would maybe ask you how you feel about um, Barack Obama, like in
uh,
relation to every other president the United States
I
has
under-
seen
I
before.
understand. Hmm.
He's like Nelson Mandela has been such a pivotal person and a pivotal force in
Mm,
how everything has gotten better. It's not only up to, and it never was only up to one person to make right what so many made wrong, to fix the problems. It can never be up to one person, but to initiate that change, a different thought pattern, standing up and speaking up for your people, for what you believe in. I feel like he was that beacon, and he still is, in my opinion.
mm. Do you think African leadership is are, are weak, or is it just like just physical domination from other countries? How would you weigh it?
A little bit of both, not believing in their own power and their own ability to exist without always being bailed out.
Hmm.
A little bit of fear, just like so many things.
Hmm.
I do believe that if we believed in ourselves more, in our own abilities, our own power, that the people would support you as a leader of an African country, you
Hmm.
would do better. But you can only do better when you know better.
Mm,
So how presidents of countries are educating themselves is still important. Like you cannot bury your head in the sand or get
Mm,
put into a position of power and then
sure.
end up letting people down.
Mhm. Now, when you're in California, it and you look at Africa, South Africa now and today, what's the pluses and minuses of it when you look at it from now? You're an American, dual citizenship. You're both South African and American. How do you see it now?
Wow. Well, I'm still considered an alien, a legal alien in this country. Such
Mhm,
weird terminology, but anyway,
mhm,
that's what I am. I have permanent residency in the United States now.
mhm, mhm,
And there are going to be pros and cons about anywhere you find yourself in the world.
mhm,
However, one thing that really hits home for me, or that's a real soft spot, or maybe not even a soft spot, like I feel triggered by it, is the continuous disregard for Black life, the
mhm,
continuous perception that's been installed in us that our lives as people of color are not worth as much as the opposite race.
mhm,
It hurts to see it. It blows my mind that it's still happening in 2020. And yes, when I look at South Africa, there's so much that needs to be changed. There's so much needs to be improved. Like we have the highest rate of violence against women and children in the world, like one of the top three. And that is alarming and it's a scary, sad reality. And
mhm,
then on the other hand, when I'm looking at the United States, I fear for Black people. I fear for my Black brothers
mhm,
just leaving your home, not knowing whether you're going to make it back to your family.
mhm,
So, I mean, if I'm thinking of the pros and cons, those are definite cons for both the United States and South Africa. It's the crime.
mhm,
If I'm thinking of an immediate pro, it's being able to live in South Africa or Cape Town specifically, and have a standard or a standard of living or lifestyle that I was able to create for myself within the industry that I am in.
mhm,
I feel like the lifestyle is higher. You get more for your money in Cape Town than you do in California,
mhm.
if that
Gotcha.
makes sense.
No, I 100% get it. Reggie Owens has a question for you. Is
Same.
is the history of British and Dutch occupation and oppression taught to the youth of South Africa? Can you share the story of Euro taking power there?
I can't share too much about the story because there's certain things that I learned in school about our history that was just like really alarming and one of those things that I blocked out,
Mm,
to be quite honest. But the story of that happening is taught to the children. It is taught in our history classes. I haven't been to school in a long time, so I'm not 100% sure how much things have shifted
mhm,
now, what the focus may be about now, because South African history is as important or was as big of a part in the history lessons as world history was.
mm. Speaking of your daughter, how do you manage or your insight for her being taught from our perspective?
Well,
Because
can you?
our history is pretty new to you. Like I'm talking about comprehensive
Mhm,
history. Like it's pretty new
mhm.
to you, being that you were born in a separate country. How do
Yes.
you how do you intake that?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, sure, sure, no problem. You I was saying your daughter, she's school age, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
So how is how is your understanding of Western education versus South African or African education and teaching your daughter? How's that duality working for you?
Just in terms of the education,
Yeah.
I would say that there is quite a big difference
Uh-huh.
between what she was being taught back home and what she's being taught now.
Mhm.
Um, where do I even start? Like,
Mm.
what I've heard from her personally
Mhm.
is that the things that she was doing she's currently in the fifth grade. So the
Mhm.
things that she was doing in maybe second, third, first, second, and third grade,
Right.
or let's not first, let's say second, third, and fourth.
Mhm.
What she learned in those grades and what she was expected to do once she got home in terms of
Mhm.
homework and assignments is more than what she was expected to do
Mm.
when she got to school in the US in the fourth
Mm.
grade, because that's when she joined the school system. So she had
Mm.
already completed an entire year, like 10 months of the fourth grade, and then we
Mm.
moved and she did the fourth grade again, like the second half of it.
Mhm.
So she was able to see clearly, like, so this is what I was doing for the entire year, and now this is what I'm doing in the same grade in a different country. So according to her, and based on what I've seen,
Mhm.
the work was more comprehensive in terms of different subjects
Gotcha.
and what was expected of the child to deliver. But she
Mm.
has gone from being in a government school or a public school, as you would call it, to
Mhm.
being in a charter school.
Mm.
So with that, there's pros and cons as well, because now my daughter, the type of charter school that she goes to is one where there's a high importance placed on holistic learning for the child. So
Oh,
there's
wow.
this art is placed high on that scale. She's learning a third language. She's learning Japanese. She's playing a third musical instrument.
Mm.
She's doing things like woodwork, handwork, having to make things with their hands. They have classes where it's called counsel, so they're checking in with the children to see where their minds are at, where their hearts
Mhm.
are at. It's a completely different experience in that sense.
Gotcha.
And she's not necessarily getting homework that is outside of maybe the English language or mathematics.
Uh, gotcha.
But I have, however, seen such a big growth, emotional maturity
Mhm.
overall since
Gotcha.
being here in such a short space of time.
Mhm.
And the way in which she's adapted has completely blown my mind. It's amazing how
Mhm.
resilience is built through
Yeah.
these kinds of transitions.
Now you see how beautiful like the human experience is though when you see it in your child, because we go outside, we got to put out fires, you know what I mean? And and then you see a beautiful child just moving, adapting. She's literally walking and adapting like in seamless movements.
That is what it seems like for me when I
Yeah,
look at her, because she's had to make this adjustment from a
sure.
completely, uh,
Sure.
the immigration, the
Mhm.
sort of like a loss of your friends and your family and everything that you've known and you've grown to love, to a completely new environment,
Mm.
new concepts and ideas. And then this next transition, which we've all had to get used to, which is
Mhm.
the lockdown and the stay at home and COVID-19. But it also seems like because she's gone through that not too long ago,
Mhm.
she's almost like just okay, just
Mm.
like just keeping it flowing.
Yeah. Now you talked about you briefly talked about it, but Ahmaud Arbery. When I say that name, what comes to mind?
Anger, that's the first thing, is anger. I actually had specifically asked my husband to not show me the video that
Uh,
was shared this week for obvious reasons. But yesterday I stumbled across that video on your page.
oh, damn. Mm.
And real talk, like it made me cry immediately. Like,
Immediately, right? Immediately. I've been crying since Tuesday or Wednesday. Mhm.
man, it makes no sense. And the more I try and sit with it and try and piece together what possibly could have been going through his mind, or what his mom's mind once she found out what happened. Like, it's just so unfair, it's so wrong, it's so heartbreaking. It makes no sense, and it shouldn't even be a thing that we deal with, but it is. And the question is, what are we going to do about it now?
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely brings a whirlwind of anger. It hurts me because I wish, and like many people out there, you just wish you were able to aid the situation. Like it was like they were trying to corner a cow or something, or a pig or a chicken or something. Like you had a car in the back, you had a car in the front. And to my understanding, I don't, let's say he did burglarize that house, right? Let's say he did.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just hypothetical. I'm just bringing out the worst just to highlight the fact that the punishment didn't fit the crime. You understand what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And it was,
Yes.
and to our knowledge, there was no crime. But what I still haven't wrapped my head around it. And what hurts me a lot is the father in the back of the pickup truck like a slave master, like just looking down at him like he's just a slave, like literally a black slave. And he used this, man, it's just so many different variances to that, and then the lies, all the lies gonna come out, and they're gonna frame his character because they know they have to convince the jurors. Now, see, the goal is not to convince us. The goal is to convince
We
12
know.
people. Yeah. So now they're not talking when they release news. They're not talking to me. They're not talking to you. They're talking to the people in that county that could potentially be the 12 jurors for that trial. You understand what I'm saying? Because he has to be tried in that county.
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, it's going to be challenging to get a conviction in that county just based off of, I mean, it could be a hung jury, and then they'll do a retrial and whatever the case may be. You
Oh,
understand what
yes.
I'm saying? But it's yeah, it was heart wrenching though. Like overall, it was hard. And feel free, you guys want to call in now. You guys are definitely more than willing to call in and chime in and see who's gonna be first. See who's gonna be first to call in. And it's just it was one for the books, man.
Yeah.
I is and
How
for
many
me,
more ones for the books are we gonna have to deal with, do you think?
this isn't our system. You understand when you think about the root of it. Yeah, I can sound all glorious and give you a beautiful painting, give you a beautiful picture, like oh yeah, we gonna build this militia, and we everyone's gonna be armed, but we can't outshoot them, we can't outgun them. You understand? Um, the more we rely on each other, good, bad, or indifferent, the better off we'll be. In my humble opinion, I think that's the key. You understand? And
Yeah.
then and that's the challenge, because we go into relationships thinking that we're 100%, right? We go into white relationships from 0%. So if they give us 10% trust, oh my God, yeah, that's amazing. If a black person only gives us 90% trust, fuck you, nigga, fuck that, nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's the that's the
Yeah.
dichotomy in which we're dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? So it's real challenging, man, and we have to unlearn to learn.
I was
That
just about to say that.
yeah,
There's a lot of unlearning that needs to happen because those things don't serve us
mm-hmm,
at all. I
mm,
feel like there's so many of us that's still wanting that approval though, that
mm-hmm.
acceptance.
Yeah, I
And
never understood that.
why
Like
though?
uh-huh.
These people they hate themselves at the core, and this is why
Mhm.
they feel G.
You have your first caller. Your first call in.
Hey, Carla.
What's up, James? What's up? How you feeling? You up?
Oh, what's happening with you, King?
How you feel?
Oh man, just as Nip said, man, loving God and trying to get closer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right.
Yes, indeed.
Um, with I believe it's Julius Malema in South Africa, and him saying that he is trying to get the land back and give it back to the original people of South Africa. That's really what I wanted to ask you about, because I love the fact that he had a town hall meeting. I want to say last year, and you had Africans, and that's usually Africa's biggest weakness because Africa wasn't destroyed from outside; it was destroyed from within because of tribalism. And it was a town hall meeting. The woman sat there and said, "Well, the land should go back to this tribe," and he said, "No, no, 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 no. That's the issue. Africa should be for Africans. We're all one." tribalism's out the door. So one, I guess I want to talk about tribalism, and two, how's that going with him taking over getting the resources back from the colonizers?
I have no idea, to be completely honest with you, how it's going,
Okay.
because there's so many conflicting views with a lot of the political leaders, and also what they say versus what they do. So it may sound great, it may look great, but then somewhere along the line they fall off their course, and then the people are left disappointed again. So I'm not sure how that's going, to be completely honest with you.
Damn, I was hoping you were going to say that the people
Even
were
me,
championing him.
I wish there was someone that I knew that I could call who knew, but it's people you begin to lose hope when it happens so consistently.
Well, I like the fact that he's doing. I know, was it Robert Mugabe? I know Mugabe from Zimbabwe was saying he was going to do that. In America, they hate Mugabe, but I love Mugabe. So I was wondering if it's kind of like that same process, but as you said, you're not too familiar. But I guess I might want to keep you a time. You said what, dear? I thought you were saying something. I guess I'm gonna just lighten up the mood, Fred. Whenever you put together another back to school function, you should show up there. I think it'd be good if you show up there, because some of us black men, we need healing, as you said. And so I think the only healing some of us can be able to get is just South African healing. So I'd love for you to show up there. So if Fred put that function together, just come. Just some of that South African energy can be able to save some of us.
I'll come lay some prayers. I lift you all up.
Okay, please. And we could talk about South African healing, just you and I, nobody else. we could talk about South African spirituality and how, as you said, some of us, you don't know how we deal with the trauma. So I think that the best way that I could be able to deal with my trauma is just South African healing. So, Fred, when you put that function together, make sure she's there, Fred. I need some South African healing.
What's really funny is when I moved to LA, I did not anticipate meeting so many South Africans here.
Oh, wow.
The amount of South Africans that I have befriended and who have become like my family, my home away from home. I was not expecting it, but it's a community, and we are out here, and we would all come through.
Just make sure you come, though. Just the other South Africans, I'm not too familiar, but just make sure you come, so we can focus on this South African healing I need, because I think that's the only cure for what's happening in the States. It's this South African remedy. So just make sure you come there. And Fred, I'm gonna get back in the chat key.
Appreciate
my whole family will come.
I can
appreciate you. We got 504 on the line. What's up, dog? How you feeling?
Hello, Fred. How you doing, Roxanne?
How you doing? Oh, Roxanne. Hello to you.
I just have one question. How do Africans feel about Black Americans? Like, what are they feeling towards us?
Latin Americans or Black Americans?
Like
Black Americans.
Black Americans, like Africans, Native Africans, Black Americans. Take your time. Yeah, we're in the barbershop. Take your time. Tell the truth.
Right, I'll get off to and get back in the chat.
No, you don't have to get off. I'm just saying you can converse with her. I'm just saying because I know she just took a side. She's like, man, where do you want me to go with it? But feel free.
That part right there, it's funny. It is pretty funny because it really is based majority off of what we see and what we're shown through media, whether it's music, movies, media as a whole. There is a perception that Black Americans are lost. There is a perception that you guys don't really know where your roots are. The perception that there's an ego, like maybe you're better than the next person, or that just an arrogance, not a friendliness, not a loving nature, not a desire to want to know more about your culture or your heritage or where your ancestors came from or whatever. It's more of a negative perception, to be honest.
Yeah, well, and I always wonder why we don't get a lot of opening arms or welcoming invites from the native people that's in Africa for us to come back, or them wanting to give us more insight on who we are, just make it more inviting for us
Mhm.
than to make us feel like we're like we're not related, like we're, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why, but I don't think anybody should wait for the invite. You should just get on that plane and go and show that interest, because I can guarantee you when you get there, then you'll experience that openness, that lovingness, that acceptance, like come, like that excitement of you being there, because that's the warmth that we have as Africans. But we don't necessarily extend the invitation prior to that. So
Let me ask you something. When Americans come to Africa, do you see the natives showing more respect and love to European people, more white people than blacks? I'll say, like more respect. I'll say. And,
I what I do or what I have seen is that the perception of Black Americans, or the perception that Africans or South Africans have about Black America, is that it changes once meeting and spending time with Black Americans. That's what
mhm,
happens. I didn't have too many preconceived ideas before meeting a lot of my American friends, of like whether they were Black American or Hispanic or whatever. But when it comes to the Europeans, it goes back to my point that I made earlier about this wanting acceptance, this wanting to be like almost like this master and slave mentality, if that
mhm.
makes sense. Like there's this yearning to be seen, there's this yearning to be, I don't know, for like God to be like a white God. It's weird.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
they are prematurely placed on a pedestal, in my opinion.
All right. Okay. I appreciate it, and thank you for your
No
time.
Oh,
problem.
all the time.
All right.
Have you traveled Africa up and down? Have you traveled Africa, the country of Africa, the continent of
Are
Africa?
you, are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you. He's talking. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
what? No, me. I was in the military.
Oh, okay,
I was
sure.
able to
He's
travel
still
the
here.
world. Travel the world, and I've seen a lot of things. And people in different countries, they first, I'll say they first, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, like their first instinct of us is negative, but as soon as they get to know us and we start talking to them, they really warm up to us, and they become a more of a welcoming type experience than what, like I should say, the portrayal of us in the media and what's on TV.
absolutely. Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I think that question was for you though. But yeah, but that's it.
Appreciate you calling in. Have you traveled the continent of Africa?
So I have not traveled the continent of Africa. I'd only been to within South Africa, and then up to Botswana
Oh,
was the
okay.
only other country I went to. Yeah.
You have aspirations
Nice. I'm going to. That's what I know.
how,
Trust
often,
and believe.
how often do you get back?
Wow. I have not been back since I immigrated,
Mm-hmm.
and that's been really difficult
Mm-hmm.
for me because it's mainly as a result of my paperwork. I
Understand.
waited 12 months just to get my green card.
Mm.
So I was not, I came on a single entry visa, which means that if I had to leave the United States, I would not be allowed back in the country.
Wow. So what's
So
your impression when Trump says he's going to build a wall? How do you respond to that as an immigrant?
my response is throw the whole guy away, just somewhere, throw
Really?
him away. I I can't with him.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
Just no,
have no respect for him. Done.
none.
Really, no respect. That's interesting. That I mean, I'm not opposed to that notion. Is you know what I think about Trump?
What do you think?
I think he's gonna be the most dangerous and the most dangerous person in the world when he gets out of office. He has. I don't think he has respect for Democrats. I don't think he has respect for Republicans. He just bets on himself and his circle of influence. You know, it's just he runs it like a business. Like, you know, I mean, he's so absolute when he speaks. You know, and he just has no sympathy or empathy or
He has no sense of humanity.
humanity. That thank you. That's a better term. No sense
I'm
of
not
humanity.
sure how anybody can. I will never understand how someone could be like that and just be at peace when you go to sleep every night. If he's at peace, I don't know, but he seems to be okay with himself.
Well, yeah. Well, he kind of stumbled upon a job called being the president of America. You know what I mean?
What a wow.
You know what I thought when he ran for office? I was like, he was talking to his boy. He's like, man, let me see if I can run for president. And then he's like, oh shit, people like me. Oh shit, you know, and
were you surprised? Were you
hell
surprised?
yeah, I was surprised. Until it got to the main election. And I was like, he gonna beat Hillary.
Wow. I still had my fingers crossed. I was just like, I was like almost anyone but him.
You trying to buy people votes and shit?
It was scary. It was scary just like seeing that unfold.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this motherfucker went from a TV personality to president of America. That's unreal.
Only in America.
Yeah, his dream came true.
That's that slogan right there.
Yeah. So this is a boxing channel. Do you watch boxing at all?
I do not watch boxing.
No.
Currently, but I have in the past. I have, and I used to box twice a week. A few years back when I used to go to boxing classes twice a week. I think it's amazing.
Okay.
Full body workout and all that.
Yeah.
And then felt like I was gonna train to do some fight, and then I was like, no, I'm not. Stop.
You did your neck like you're like talking to your trainer or some shit. You bopping me. You want me to what, motherfucker? So we have this. So the best fighter in the world, like, is probably like Deontay Wilder. Have you heard of Deontay Wilder?
Heard, never seen a picture.
Yeah, never seen a picture. Yeah, Deontay Wilder. He was the heavyweight champ. They cheated him out of the heavyweight championship. But so that's kind of like. And then you got guys like Earl Spence, Charlos. Those guys are probably the guys coming up that are probably the. So have you ever been to a boxing match before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, who would you see fight?
It was actually celebrities that were fighting in aid of a charity. So celebrities.
Oh, that's not real fighting.
So even if they're training for 7 months out of the year for a fight.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I stand corrected then. No, I thought celebrity boxing they don't hit each other like hard.
Where they don't, or they do?
They don't.
Are you saying celebrity fights they don't?
Yeah, you said you went to a celebrity match, right?
Yeah, there was like maybe 8 fights. 4 fights, 2 obviously. Different celebrities, female on female, male fighting against male. But then I have actually been to a not a heavyweight. I am gonna get the terminology wrong, but I had been to one prior to that. Don't remember the names of the boxes, but that was pretty intense. I had ringside seats, and I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah, ringside seats, and you still forgot who was fighting?
I did, because it was so many years ago, and at that point, I was just fascinated. I wasn't invested.
Where were you? In Vegas or in LA?
Oh no, when I watched it in Cape Town.
Oh, it was a fight in Cape Town. Oh,
I wouldn't have forgotten if it was here. My memory's not that bad.
So you've never, so you've never seen a fight in America?
No, not yet.
Oh my heavens!
Are you
Oh man,
about to give me tickets?
say it again, please.
Are you about to give me some tickets?
Yeah, yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, my boy James will make sure you get 2 tickets. Yeah, my boy. I'm sure he'll beam back in it. But oh yeah, 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 I got you. You need 4?
Okay.
You need 4?
Yes, please. And thank you.
How's the food difference in terms of so so what's the base food in South Africa? So like in America, is hot dogs,
Oh,
pizza.
oh, that's what it is here? Hot dogs and pizza and
Uh-huh.
burgers?
Uh-huh. Yes. So what's South Africans base food?
We don't have one. We have so many. Okay, off the top of my head. Um, what we consider, what you guys call barbecue, we call it braai.
Right.
Brai, braai.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
That is one food or one style of preparing food that you will see across all cultures.
Mm.
So it's the way that we prepare the food, it's the
Mm-hmm.
quality of meat that we're having, and it's made on the fire. It's not necessary. It's not like you're gonna go to someone they're gonna grill it on a gas. What do you call it? What do you call those gas barbecue things?
Uh-huh.
It's not made on the gas stove. It's
So what?
made
How do y'all
with
make it?
fire, with wood, with coals. You get that
Oh, okay.
smokiness, and
Oh,
it's like what you guys would consider a cookout, but we
I
don't
guess.
even
Yeah. Yeah.
special occasion for it. That's a every weekend thing.
Uh-huh. So when you came over here and saw tacos and burritos, it blew your mind away?
It didn't blow my mind away. I was like, okay, let me try it. I'm keen to try
Uh-huh.
all of it. I love food,
Uh-huh.
especially when traveling. It's the first
Uh-huh.
thing I'm going to go to is to check out the food. So it
Uh-huh.
was good. It was yummy. But if
Mhm.
is it the same quality that I'm used to?
Mhm.
Absolutely not. Our
Uh-huh.
quality is through the roof.
Everybody
We
said
have,
that. Everybody say that, but they don't go back. They don't move back. Motherfuckers can be from
I don't
Dallas,
know.
Texas.
I mean, are you going to move somewhere just because of the food?
No, but what I'm saying is everyone says that. People can be from New York and be like, man, the pizza is so much better in New York.
Oh,
Um,
got you.
People from Dallas, man, the barbecue is so much better in Dallas. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
In and Out ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Now the 65, you should have called in. Triple G, call in. Seems like a community in here. Like we all know each other. It's like cheers.
My thoughts on Robert Mugabe.
Yeah.
I was definitely not for Robert Mugabe. I did not like the way he used his power, the way he treated I did not like the way he led, period. I think too many people died, too many people suffered when he was in power. And the fact that he was in power for so long made no sense to me.
Uh,
Because the way that he went about getting his message across, the fear that he instilled in his people, I couldn't agree with it.
how did speaking of that, like how do people like that live to be so I think he lived to be almost to be 100 or something like that. Like how if he
But
held so many people back, how does he live so long? Like,
but isn't that the question with about evil in general? How does it even exist still? How is it allowed?
Mm,
Because if you have enough people doing the dirty work for you, you good. You don't necessarily
mm.
see the kingpin of a big of like the mafia as the person getting their hands dirty. They have a lot of people working for them, like you know.
You know what's funny about Robert Mugabe is when I first heard of him, he was old. I see another picture of him, he's still old. Like I've never seen a young picture of him, man. You know what I mean? So, like, at least I saw Nelson Mandela when he was younger. You know, they posted pictures because he was in jail for 27 years. You know, can you imagine that in jail for 27 years?
No. But I
Dang.
have heard way more stories about people being in jail in the United States, men
Mhm.
of color, wrongfully accused, spending 2, 3, 4 decades in jail for crimes that they haven't committed. Like
Yeah.
I heard about that way more after moving to the United States.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, it's a system. It's a system of
And I
oppression.
just wonder, is it like is it purely based on the fact that we were born the wrong color, or what is it about though? How is the justice system
Yeah.
completely ravished the community?
Someone said J8, not someone. J8 says he was born at 37 years old. How old was he when he died? How old was he when he died? 90, 85, 90, 95, 100. I
I
know he
don't even
lived.
know. He was too old.
I know he lived to be. I know he lived to be a long time, man. Same as Morgan Freeman, right? I've never seen a young picture of Morgan Freeman, right?
Leave Morgan alone.
What movies you like now that you're in America? So you've had about 4 or 5 years. What movies you?
I like suspense,
Uh-huh.
drama, comedy.
Mm.
Those are my top three. Suspense, thrillers, dramas, and comedies.
Do you have any actual titles that you?
Ooh, Bad Boys is one of my favorites.
Bad Boy,
The whole
whole
sequel.
series. Oh, you're a
I,
Will Smith fan, huh? You're a Will Smith fan. That's
and
basically.
Martin,
You like Martin?
love.
I didn't like him. I didn't like him in the third one. He was on his ARP car. He looked old than a motherfucker. Like he felt like he couldn't even walk in that movie. Like I was like, damn, that nigga fell. He probably went to bed at 4. He probably needed naps and shit.
That is so funny.
You ain't see that on you couldn't see
In
that
the
on
last
film?
one, he just looks like he kind of needs a hug.
Yeah. It was
That
like
was-
Will carried him the whole movie. To me, I could
that's
be wrong, but it looked like Will carried him the whole movie. So you
I like Shawshank Redemption.
mm,
Have you
great
seen
movie.
that movie?
Oh yeah. Who's the lead in that? Who's the lead character?
Ooh, I just went blank.
What's his name? White guy. What's his name?
Yes, that's
Morgan
what.
Freeman, right? It's Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah, I know he's
Morgan
in it,
Freeman
but
and
I was
what's the
thinking
white guy?
of
I need to rewatch that movie.
man. Yeah, I'm blank on his name.
Yeah, they rushed the third movie.
I like movies like The Notebook, like feel good movies.
Uh-huh. Like typical women movies, yeah.
Never that, never that.
Coming to America is supposed to come, but it's probably not going to come out. But it's supposed to come out in August, but I don't think it's coming out now.
What else?
Did you see Martin the TV show? Did you ever see that?
Oh, I watched that. Yeah.
You watched it in Africa?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty. How about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Definitely love.
Why do you like Will Smith so much?
Why do I like him so much? Because he seems like the type of person that you would want to have in your circle, that the go-to guy, the wholesome, you got your head on your shoulders, you got your head screwed on your shoulders properly, you speak up for what you believe in, you show that it's cool to be a family man, you show that you're able to make music and act and do both really well. So many reasons.
Yeah, it's seemed like he's moving in his spirit. You know what I mean? It seemed like it don't seem like he's moving as a human being.
Oh, totally.
You know what I mean? Like I watched the press junkets he did for Bad Boys 2. I was just sitting there like, damn. You can't be just human and say the things that he says sometimes, you know.
Exactly.
It's Reggie Owens had a question for you. Have you seen Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society?
Menace to Society. I watched it on like repeat.
Let me see what these black men are like in America. Let me see.
No, maybe I watched it when I was too young too. But
Yeah.
like we watched it on like VHS.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking to myself that I have to go and rewatch all these movies because I'm 42 now, and I'm definitely in a different vernacular than when I was in my teen years, in my early 20s. So I'm gonna take the time and rewatch all these movies when and if I can, you know. So
Same.
yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
do that.
Mm.
And maybe even I just wonder whether it's gonna be the same. Like because in my mind it's so hyped up and
Mhm.
everything that I can remember, like my favorite scenes or whatever.
Uh,
And I wonder if it'll have that same effect if I watch it now.
mhm.
Like, oh snap, so that was the messaging, or like, yeah.
So were you offended by the movie called Coming to America?
I
First one.
watched it at a young age.
Mhm.
Don't remember that much to be able to tell you that I was offended, but I don't think I was. No.
Mm. So what?
Why? What
No,
have you heard about? What
no,
else?
I love Coming to America. It was I loved it.
Offended by what?
Favorite movie. It's my favorite movie.
Okay.
It's like my
What
go-to.
could I have been offended by? By like,
No, because it said Coming to America and they had fake accents and all that. You know,
no,
it's,
I
you know
didn't.
the lady. You know the lady that says is my neighbor. Not when I say neighbor, I mean she lives like in the 2 or 3 block radius. Vanessa Bell Calloway is my neighbor. When the one that says your royal penis is clean, your highness, that's my neighbor. Yeah, I see her working out the neighborhood. I wait.
But she's
We
never
say
said
hi.
that to you, right?
Say it again, please.
She's never said that to you, right?
No, she never said that to me. She gets to, but I'll say this, Roxanne. I'm sure people say that to her all the time. Like that's her most famous line. Bark like a dog. Roof, roof. You know what I mean? Yeah.
She can't get away from it. Like it's
Yeah.
may as well embrace it.
Nah, you're absolutely right. We got someone else that want to beam in and holler at you. What's popping, H Money?
Yo, what's up, Fred? How you doing tonight?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling
Hey,
good.
H Money.
Hey, how you doing? I want to ask you about Cape Town in South Africa. Like, I heard a lot of good things about it. It seems like a very beautiful place, and you know, a couple of my friends they will always talk about Cape Town. They said it's one of the best cities probably in the world. Is that
Have
true?
they been?
No, they haven't been, but they just will always talk about it. There's a couple of my friends in Los Angeles. They will always talk about Cape Town. They said, man, that's the place to go visit.
I highly recommend that you go visit Cape Town. I feel like I'm the Cape Town, South Africa advocate at this point.
Mm.
I guess just for what you'd be able to experience in a trip out there, it would absolutely be worth your time. It would be worth your money. It would just be so worth it.
Mm.
Yes, it looks really good. It's like I know Dubai looks really good, and Cape Town is just like one of those cities, you know, that it just look fantastic. I do want to get out there one time, you know, possibly move out there, you know, and you know,
I
have
wouldn't
some
blame
fun.
you. I wouldn't blame you. Question: Are you an LA native? Are you from Los Angeles?
Yes, I'm from Los Angeles, but I moved to Memphis. I've been in Memphis for the past 10 years in Tennessee.
Okay, so I guess the closest comparison I could make to Cape Town would be that it's like Los Angeles, but better on a smaller scale.
Oh, so it's better than LA.
It's better than LA.
Well, LA is like the best city in the world, I think. I never been.
You know why? It's as I was saying earlier to Frederick, it's just that quality of life that you're able to live out there. It's coastal. It's like Los Angeles. So I mean, whatever you love about LA, you can get it in Cape Town, but on a much higher scale. And I mean, the neighborhood that I was living in before moving out to LA would be like, I don't know what I could compare it to, but let's just say I was to move right now, with the money that I pay for an apartment, or that we pay for an apartment in Los Angeles, in Inglewood, you could get a house in Malibu, in Cape Town.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like that's what you're working with. If you're trying to do like apples to apples, you could go for a hike on Table Mountain and then down to the beach, to a wine farm, to on safari. Like whatever you want to do, you can do in one place, and it's not going to take you 2-3 hours to get to the next spot. You're not going to have to deal with the traffic like you have to deal with over here, which is mind blowing.
Mm.
It's the quality of life. It's what you want. It's where you want to be when you're growing old, ideally, or raising a family even.
Okay, and another question: how is the like the crime rate in South Africa? I heard it's like a lot of like robberies or something. Is that true?
That is true. That is very true. I've been robbed multiple times.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, I think 5 times possibly. The last time I was robbed, I was actually pregnant, so it was a while ago. But I have experienced it, and I guess what happens, as with any other country or any other city that you live in, you kind of have to avoid those places that you know are a little bit dodgy. You know, you have to have your street smarts when you walk in to not necessarily be a target or victim. And it's not like anywhere you're gonna walk in like downtown, it'll happen to you. It's just being more vigilant, because you don't want to be obvious. You don't want to be that tourist that has their phone out all the time and like all their valuables and kind of attracting attention to yourself.
Okay. I just wanted to call in and say hi. And Fred, thank you, man. I'm loving what you're doing. I'm here to support, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for jumping in.
You're welcome. I'll see you later.
Bye.
You're welcome. See you later. When did he become that hospitable? 65-year-old G, man. I'm gonna ask you about them 5 robberies in a second. What's up, Triple OG?
Oh, okay. Well, you told me call in.
Yeah.
I was looking at her face when my homie asked her that question about Robert Mugabe, and I saw her eyes. I said, "Well, shit, she's crazy about him." But I remember when he first took power, and he seemed kind of genuine. And during high school, you know, I thought he was one of my heroes. But as he got older, I was like, he is causing the people harm. He's become a dictator. It seems like the first few years, maybe 10 years, he was okay. And then 30 years of my life went by, and I looked and I said, damn, he's still there. And then I said, damn, does his hair get gray? And I was like, okay. And then it just seemed like he became your average guy. Now, you know, I live with Sudanese live here with me. She's been here for about 15 years. And she reminds me of this young lady right here. And she got the same expression about how they feel about American guys, you know. But, you know, I go to New York a lot, so I seen West Africans. And
a lot of West Africans.
Trust me, I don't think there were any South African slaves in America. Am I right, young lady?
As far as I know, yes, you are.
Exactly. So when somebody was asking her a question about Africa, I was like, goddamn, Africa's being here. She probably ain't been anywhere in Africa that I have been other than her own country. I was like,
yeah, it's similar to America. Like, you don't go to South Dakota, North Dakota. You know, we got 50 states. They got 54 countries in Africa. Is it 54?
59.
59, 54?
Yeah.
54.
Yeah, but they have dictators all over there, just like it seems like the dictator either dies in office or he got to run or he goes off in shame and go to another country to live and he can't. And she was explaining that about Sudan, you know. And I was like, wow, this is kind of crazy. And then she told me how she thought people here were crazy and, you know, black people. And I was like, okay. And my mom told me when I was a kid that Africans didn't really like us. She didn't say it to be negative about them, but I told her she was wrong. And then I come to find out, well, damn, you're right. Not that they don't like us. They're just not too fond of our arrogance and our, as you call, our swag or whatever. But when I go to New York and all the Africans I met, they were crazy about me. They said, where are you from? You different. You talk to everybody. Man, I'm from the country. You know, I grew up around 90 acres of trees and shit, you know. And to walk a mile to the store and, you know, all that old shit. But Yeah, I didn't really have a question for. I wanted to know who she was. I mean, now you can tell me now. Who are you?
Yeah.
So,
That's Triple OG, man. He runs that.
so my name, I'm able to speak. Can I
Yeah,
answer?
Yeah, he
yeah, I
wants you to
hear.
speak. He hears me all.
Okay. So yeah, my name's Roxanne, and I'm a actress, South African actress and DJ. That's who I am.
Oh, okay. But
And I
I know he
really
asked you a question about boxing, and when you said celebrities, I saw that he thought you was talking about here. I knew you was talking about South Africa. I was like, I don't think Fred getting that. Yeah, they hitting each other in South Africa. The celebrities. She said they trained 7 months to try to beat the hell out of each other. I was like, that's what they do here. So, and then when you were asking about, Deontay Wilder and all of them, she had that look on her face like, who the fuck is that? I was like, okay, Fred. Everybody doesn't watch boxing. Some damn white people don't even watch boxing.
Tickle Pink. Triple OG, Tickle Pink.
And I watch Eyes, right? You name it, Earl Smith and John Lennon. And her eyes was like, who the fuck are they? I was like, man, I was sitting there cracking up, man. And then she said, oh, you give me some tickets, we'll go.
I tried.
Like,
I tried.
You did.
Yeah, but you're doing okay. This is the second interesting person you've had up here. I was like, okay, Fred will bring people up here that we don't know and make them just as important as people you have interviewed.
Yeah,
that's what I like about Fred. Fred's a good guy.
Sure,
he's a good guy.
Thank you.
And so I'm back in the chat. If I can think of something to ask her, I'll call back. But right now, she just reminded me of the young lady here now who's been here 15 years now. She wouldn't take, she didn't want to file taxes because she said she didn't work for that money. And, she's a Muslim and I don't supposed to take money like that. Well, 15 years here and change her ass. They sent her that $1,200 check. I said, you get your money? She said, yeah. I said, I thought you don't supposed to keep that. You didn't work for it. She said, shit, I'm American now. I'm American now. But anyway, Fred, I'm back in the chat. And nice chatting with you, Miss Lady.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Triple OG. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All the time.
Back in the chat. Bye.
Are you religious at all? Are you faith-based? Muslim, Christian?
I'm Christian. Yes.
Christian?
Yes, sir. I'm Catholic.
So say it again.
I'm Catholic Christian.
What does that mean? Catholic Christian?
Yes, Catholic is the denomination. Christian is that you believe in Jesus Christ. But there are so many denominations.
Do you go to church on Saturday or Sunday?
Sundays.
Saturday?
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. So you go to I go to
a Catholic church in Inglewood.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you change religions or were you always Catholic Christian?
No, I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're in America, how do you view Jesus Christ in America versus Jesus Christ in Africa? Is he the same person?
Same person to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny. Jesus ain't
I know that a lot of people speak about like white Jesus in America, or like, I don't know, there's quite a few opposing views. But to me, I don't need to know or have an idea of what he looks like. Jesus is Jesus for me. He can be black, he can be brown. I'm not fixated on an image.
When you were in Africa, did you envision him as black or did you envision him as? Is he white in Africa?
Olive skin tone, long brown hair,
wool like hair. Is that how you envision him?
Yeah.
Oh, I understand what you're coming from now. Okay, yeah, I get it. So, if that's what you taught, and he looks like what you look like in Africa, there's no reason to even. What's your view on like other religions and like Muslim or Buddhist or anything like that?
My view on other religions is pretty neutral. Like, I believe people should be able to practice what feels good to them, what feels right. As long as we aren't necessarily forcing our view or opinion, whether it's religion or anything else, down the next person's throat. or being extremists and being extremists, like believing that no one, if you don't believe in what I believe in, you don't even deserve to live, type of thing. I think if we have more compassion in our heart for the next person and just truly think about our neighbor, then there would be so much less hatred.
Gotcha. Got a question for you. Ask her, is Israel part of Africa?
Is Israel? Is that Israel? I can't. It's like so
Israel.
tiny. Yes.
It is?
Israel is part of Africa.
Oh, you believe that?
I believe it is.
Now, do you think that
give me 1 second. I think my phone is like that. Let me just
okay. Oh yeah, you need a charger. Yeah, when you go live, man, that motherfucking phone be dying, man. What's up, Mark Wonderlet? Religion done killed more people than anything on earth. Oh, true, honey. I always say Jesus Christ killed more people than anybody. Killed more. I say Jesus killed more. The word Jesus killed more people than nigga. Because people always say, you got to stop saying nigga, Fred. That's like, man, that's like my favorite word. You can ask me that question. Yeah, it was stolen. Yeah. Yeah, you should have came on and had that conversation with a triple OG, because I know you well breast on that. I know it from a biblical perspective. I don't know it from
I cannot find it, so I'm just gonna wing it until it dies.
Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. How much time? Oh, you don't know how much time you have.
It's on 7.
Oh, you got 7% left. So that's fine. That's about right. What shocked you coming to America?
Off the top of my head, the service that I received when being in a restaurant or being in a grocery store or being just being out and dealing with people that are like store clerks, or the way that they spoke to me, the way that they were willing to assist and help me was completely different to what I was used to.
Really?
What I am used to. Yeah.
What's the difference, would you say? Americans are nicer?
Yes, they seem happier.
Really? Americans are happier? Really? I was joking when I said that. I thought you were going to say
in service jobs, like you are either even if I'm in Ralph's and I ask you for something, you will stop what you're doing to take me and show me where what I'm looking, like whatever it is I'm looking for is. Where I come from, it'll be like, I don't know, or
really?
maybe in aisle 2, or just like I'm an inconvenience. It's bizarre. Even the like cashiers, like when you're at the checkout, just the demeanor of people that work in jobs that are maybe looked down on.
I don't think we look down on jobs here in America. We talk about them, but I don't think we look down on. I've never looked down on a person's job, so I don't think we do that too much in America as adults. I mean, as kids and shit, you say ha ha this and that, but I mean, when you get, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe do we look down on people's jobs here in America? Maybe we do, but I don't. Well, I guess I haven't had that conversation in such a long time that I don't. Maybe I'm immune. Maybe I don't.
Well, what I can say is it may be as a result of being paid less than minimum wage.
Gotcha. What's minimum wage in Cape Town?
I mean, I'm not even sure what it would be if you're working in a grocery store, but let's say retail, for example, the last time I checked was about 18 Rand an hour. So I would say like $1 an hour.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
So
and that could be you working in I don't know, like H&M.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
So anywhere from like $1, maybe $2, maybe, depending on like what's your job. Like, are you the store manager or are you just
Gotcha.
so minimum wage is really low.
So how far is Durban, South Africa, and Johannesburg? I mean Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. How far are they from each other? In
I
miles, not
couldn't tell
kilometers.
you. No, I could not tell you in terms of miles, but in terms of flights,
Oh, you
take,
can't like catch a bus there. Like
yeah, you can. It's just gonna take you a really long time.
okay, okay.
So a flight from Cape Town to Johannesburg would be 2 hours, give or take.
Okay.
Same thing to Durban. If you were to drive, let's say, from Cape Town to Johannesburg, it's a day trip at least. You don't want to be driving the entire time. You're gonna want to take your breaks, maybe turn it into a road trip. But let's say you just went, put your foot on the gas, and you drove to Johannesburg. It would probably take you about 14 hours.
Damn.
14.
So which city would you suggest? Cape Town, Johannesburg, or Durban? Get one trip to South Africa. Where you going?
Wow. Man, it depends what you want out of that trip.
I want to have the best time in the world. Okay. Since it's a bunch of men in here, if you were a single black male, where would you want to go? Durban, Cape Town, or Johannesburg?
Cape Town or Johannesburg?
Cape Town or Johannesburg? Durban is more suburban, or
let me tell you, Cape Town would be the Los Angeles of South Africa.
Okay, thank you. So what's Johannesburg?
Durban would be the Miami of Cape Town, of South Africa.
And Johannesburg?
Humid, like tropical weather, pretty much warm majority of the year. I mean, the water's warm, so you're gonna go to the beach and you're gonna enjoy yourself.
Gotcha.
Johannesburg would be the New York of South Africa in terms of it being really metropolitan, really business focused. A lot of like the local or South African celebrities live there. A lot of the local shows are made there. Fast paced.
Gotcha.
Cape Town, not fast paced.
No? Oh, wow.
I would go to the beach and then go to an audition, or go to an audition and then go to the beach. Like, it's chill. We not trying to rush anyway.
Wow. So y'all take a lot of siestas.
A lot of people, or let's say a lot of Johannesburg natives may visit Cape Town often, but they will be like, okay, I'm going to Cape Town on vacation, but I cannot see myself living here, because they want that drive, that fast-paced energy, the deliverables to be met at a specific time, whereas we take our time with things. So yeah, that's the difference.
Let me ask you about the Michaels. Would you want Arbery, Ahmaud Arbery's case? Would you want life in prison for them or the death penalty?
What's the difference? Please explain the difference to me.
Death means they kill you by electric chair or a needle.
But how long are you? What's your jail term for before the electric chair, or are you going straight to the electric chair?
Probably death row. I mean, it can get anywhere between now and 15 years, whatever. I don't know.
Okay. Man. See, when someone gets jailed, then in my mind, I'm like, they're still living a good life. They have a roof over their head. They're getting their meals. They're getting their quiet time or their rest time. They're living. They're not necessary, but they have to kind of deal with the conscience and maybe facing the crime that they've committed. But it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes it's just like a free ride. So if I'm thinking of the death penalty, I also feel like, well, that's quick. Their life just gets taken, and then what? you feel slightly better because it's a life for a life. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Don't know.
But they shouldn't be.
The reason why I ask is because I'm having mixed emotions. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow, guys. Death penalty or life in prison. Because I want them to suffer.
See?
I want them to physically suffer. And I know no matter the prison they go to, they're gonna suffer. You understand what I'm saying? Because they killed him because of a sense of entitlement. They murdered him because of a sense of entitlement. They murdered him because they thought that they can get away with it. They murdered him because they thought they were a better species than he was. You know, they murdered him because
it led me to believe that they did get away with it. But okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I want them to suffer bad, man. I want them to suffer. I don't want them to be in the same jail either. I want them to be in separate jails. I don't want them. I want them to suffer, and I want them to die.
Yeah.
So, like I really, and I wish it was a public execution. Be honest with you, I want to see his eyes pop out his fucking head. I want his mom to see his eyes pop out his head. You understand what I'm saying? Like I want his auntie and uncle to see his body shake. You know what I mean? I want the KKKs and down south to see this man lose his life to the whole fucking world. I wish we had public executions. Yes,
do you think that it would change anything in
sure.
then?
Seeing is believing. Yeah, public executions are important if there's a death penalty. And if there was out reasonable doubt, like there's no reasonable doubt here. We saw it on video.
Yeah,
like we're not relying on DNA and waiting for the stuff to come by, subjective witnesses and stuff like that. We have a primary piece of evidence.
Facts.
Yeah, we have hard facts. Thank you. We have hard facts. And so a perfect scenario would be death row. 3 years, maybe 5 years, you know. A lot of molestation taking place, beaten up, shanked. You know what I mean? Like I want them to get it all, man. You know what I mean? And then I want them to take that green mile. I want them to walk that green mile. You know what I mean? And I want their parents to be there. I want his wife to see him, his kids to see him. I want to make an example out of it. Then I want to feed him the dogs. Like you know what I mean?
Like the worst possible.
You know what I mean? And it's not just for him. It's for Tamir Rice. It's for Freddie Gray. It's for Rodney King. It's for everybody that has this has happened before. Like you know what I mean? Like I want the worst for them, and I want to see it. Like I want it to be public, you know, but that's not gonna happen. But so death penalty with 3 years in prison, 3 to 5 years in prison, death penalty. Yeah, that would make me happy.
So now that you're saying it, it just makes me think of what the outcome could possibly look like or be like moving forward if that was an option. If there was like some way.
It is going to be an option because the judge got to make that discretion. I mean, we're assuming they're going to be found guilty, you know, but honestly, the reality is 12 unaware people are going to be jurors. It's going to be a doctor. It's going to be a lawyer. It's going to be a school teacher. It's going to be a person who works at McDonald's. It's going to be a 25-year-old. It's going to be a 36-year-old, a 65-year-old white lady. They definitely not going to have an 18. They're going to have like a motherfucking Christian old 73-year-old black woman who turns the other cheek. I'm telling you what this going to look like, you know? Dang. And they going to convince her to say, no, we don't deserve the death penalty. This is that. We got to forgive him. We got to hug the killer. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit we saw in Dallas.
That's so many times. Every time.
Yeah, man. It's you know what I mean? It's just beyond my own understanding. Yeah, they say they just got some they just released some footage Put it in the chat. Put it. They just released some footage of Arbery. We can watch it together. New footage released on Arbery, supposedly released. Check it out. Let's check it out together, because I'm sure it's everywhere now. Arbery, let's see.
Where are you seeing it?
In the chat.
I never.
Arbery video. Additional footage being fatal shooting of Ahmaud Arbrey 6 hours ago. All right, let's watch this shit together.
Ooh, I don't want to cry.
Video from the neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Ahmaud Arbrey was shot to death while jogging in.
So you don't want to watch it? You don't want to watch it? Okay,
I said I don't want to cry.
Oh, okay. You don't want. Okay. All right, good. All right, let me share it. Let me share it. I'll cry with you. We'll do it together.
You're gonna have to share it to me, because this is just going so fast. I'm like, what?
Okay.
I can't even find it. Oh, there we go.
The incident has sparked outrage and drawn national attention to Georgia and its justice system. CBS's Omar Villafranca reports.
This video, obtained by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation from a camera about a block away from where he was shot, shows a man in a white shirt and shorts going into and around a home under construction. The timestamp shows it happened within minutes of a 911 call reporting a burglary. 10 weeks after an armed father-son duo chased down a jogging Ahmaud Arbrey and shot him to death.
Good, they didn't show it.
I ran for Ahmaud.
People have been running for Ahmaud on what would have been his 26th birthday.
Put a white t-shirt on, because that was the color t-shirt he wore.
It's our freedom to be able to go out and run. We shouldn't be hunted down or anything like that.
Travis and Gregory McMichael were
Okay,
arrested
that's not
Thursday
it. Let
and
me
denied bail on Friday, charged in the February 23rd confrontation. This cell phone video recorded the moment Arbrey was cornered by the men and shot twice. They were chasing a burglary sign bars, facing felony murder and.
All right, let me see if I can. Arbrey, new video, public mother speaks out. Let's see if this is it. 3, 2.
Tonight, newly public video in the case of Ahmaud Arbrey. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation confirms it is reviewing this surveillance video obtained by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution showing a person walking up to a house, entering, then leaving a short time later. That person believed to be Arbrey, according to a statement from his family's attorneys, who write, "This video is consistent with the evidence already known to us," noting that the house was empty, under construction, and Arbrey engaged in no illegal activity. The GBI confirms that video was reviewed before the McMichaels were arrested. Arbrey's death sparked nationwide protests. The 25-year-old seen running out for a jog, his family says, unarmed.
I told you it's
in the
coming.
truck, Gregory and
I told you it's coming. I said this before. It's coming. I told you they're gonna try. I said this before you came on live. They're gonna try and assassinate this character. I told you it's coming on Monday. It's out tonight. Oh yeah, he was robbing. Who gives? I mean, people don't grasp the concept. Like, okay, so if you go into it, man, nothing, man. I'm not gonna get worked up right now. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. When do y'all celebrate Mother's Day in Africa, or do y'all celebrate Mother's Day?
Same day.
Same day? Okay, okay. Because okay, gotcha. You, I've been posting your social media.
Oh, thank you so much.
Throughout the chat, I've been posting your Instagram and all that. Let's post it one more time. Anything you want to say to the people? Because you got like 1% left. Anything you want to say to the people? Take your time. Oh, you got one more phone call.
Okay, come through.
Triple OG couldn't help himself. What's up, Triple OG?
All right, nobody's calling in.
I know, but that's weird. That's weird. This phone lines be jumping. It's Triple OG. We get guests on here. Nobody call in. No guests.
Yeah. I don't think that's why they're not calling in. It's kind of been like this, since this happened to the kid. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, and not that they don't want to call in, and it's stunning to look at. She's very beautiful, and the other thing is they build houses around here all the time, and whenever people got houses in the construction, people walk in. If
And that's what they gonna say.
I've walked in them. But what the hell can you take out of there? You ain't got no damn truck.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
Man, it doesn't matter. I walk by.
No,
Listen, go ahead. Take your time, Triple G. I'll talk after you. Go ahead.
No, I was saying what I was saying, not in defense of anything, but I was saying, what in the hell could you go in there and get without a truck? Now, the white kids around my neighborhood, even the two that I have raised, live next door to me, they go in them houses and smoke their little vapes and weed, and it's raining and everything, and they all up hanging inside of them. You know, but a black man can't even walk in one and look around without two animals, and that's what they were. And the other thing I saw too was the guy that was filming that, I noticed that the guy switched sides of the street. Every time he switched sides of the street, he'd pull his car over.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do that to film that.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went to the right, the car went over to the right. I said, what the fuck is he doing, blocking it?
For sure.
And I believe he was.
Mm.
He was all on the other side of the yellow line with his car filming as though he was in on that.
Oh, he
and
was.
I really believe he was.
He was.
I really believe he was. Mm-hmm. And man, but you know, and everything you were saying, and she, you know, I'm like her. Do you know the two most people who commit suicide, men in the world, are white men and Japanese men?
Mm-hmm.
These white guys will kill themselves if they get a chance. They don't worry about death, man. They could be doing great in life. Millionaires turn around and kill a damn self.
Mm.
Some of them go out here and go shoot up the damn school, and then before they get caught, what do? They blow their damn brains out.
Mm.
You know, so you're talking about heartless people.
Mm.
Heartless. And even when you're hearing the news, these people are heartless. So whenever I hear some black reporters on the news sometime, like I heard today, these guys have really been coming out with some of their emotion. And I'm going, I hope you don't lose your damn job. But, man, the white ones, they like, yeah, it shows a man running in a house. No, not running in a house, running in a house under construction. Ain't nobody running up in no damn body's house jogging and somebody living there, you know. Just crazy, man. But everything you said that you wanted, you know, whatever y'all want, that's what I want. And I guess I've been seeing so much shit through my life, I'm numb. Now that Trayvon Martin shit, that had me so fucking numb, man, because he was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just wanted to go find me a white person and just beat the shit out of him.
Yo.
Like they do, you know. And they'll get each other out of stuff. And, you know, it's all over the world, we're treated the same way. I don't care where we're at, we're treated the same way. The African girl here, her sisters are over there in UK. She said they just as bad over there. So I don't care where we are, you get the same damn treatment. And maybe if we did go visit Africa and we see people the same colors we are, once we, you know, talk a little bit, have a little dialogue, we get to know each other. It's just like anything else. And when she said she went in the grocery store and how nice they act, they just want your damn money. And if you ain't nice to people, they're going to fire your ass. They want you to spend some money. They don't want you complaining. That's all it is. It ain't nothing special. Tell it ain't nothing special. I'm sure she didn't been called a nigger somewhere since she been here. If she ain't been here long enough. So, love you, young guys. Keep on smiling, and I'm going back in the chat. Come on, guys, call in. Man.
No, did she go now?
Oh, okay.
Now
right. Well, I'm back in the chat, King.
Appreciate you. Love you too, man. Appreciate you, dog.
That's funny that he just said maybe I haven't been here long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because 2 weeks ago, I had asked someone in Ralph's paper towels or something, one of the store clerks, and she was on her phone, and she said, I don't know. She kept looking at the phone, and she was like, I don't know, just look over there. And I was like, oh damn, now I feel like I'm back in South Africa, because that's exactly how they would have spoke to me.
Oh, man.
That was the first time. So that was a little bit of a wake up call for me. Yeah, I haven't been here long enough, apparently. I see.
We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you coming on tonight.
I appreciate you for doing this and having this platform and the space, and thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, anytime you want to come back, you know, you're more than welcome. Just hit me and we'll go from there. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for being. We got this done in less than 24 hours, so thank you. You know, and I'm pretty sure the guys in the chat. I didn't know we got a group of shy guys. You know what I mean? When I say my phone lines be jumping, my phone lines be jumping. And now they like all shy and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. These niggas ain't. Yeah, yeah.
I still appreciate everybody for being able to tune in, sharing the time, the evening with us, and engaging in one way or another.
Appreciate you. And I'm pretty sure they'll be following you on Instagram too. So
yes, let's do that. I'll be having a lot more live DJ sets, so that would be cool for.
Oh yeah. And your TikTok videos.
Oh my gosh. Blame that on the quarantine. That's a lot. However, I was the person a few weeks ago was like, I'm not gonna get on TikTok. That makes no sense to me. And my daughter was like, Mommy, just do it. It's so cool. And I was like, no. And then lockdown happened. I felt a little bit of pressure. We did a family account, and then our video hit 1 million views. And I was like, okay.
Oh, one of your videos got 1 million views?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And then I was like, okay, so let's do a little bit more TikTok.
We got to put some DJ stuff in there. I should have tagged it. I should have tagged it to my DJ. Yeah. See, they say they following you now. You have Twitter as well? Do you have Twitter?
I do, but I'm not active on there. So
me either. I'm not active on it. It's just so much, you know, between YouTube and Instagram. I'm done.
It's like I have two hands in one mind. Like
right.
Trying to just master what's in front of me right now. But I appreciate the support.
Yeah, thank you. And anything you want to support, anything you want to promote, you're more than welcome to come on anytime. And I'll definitely have those tickets. So the next fight in LA, because tickets aren't selling anyway. So the next fight in LA, I got you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll get you some tickets. No big deal. Yeah, for sure.
So much.
Appreciate
you. Further.
Thank
God bless you all, and stay safe.
Stay safe. Appreciate you. Bye, Roxanne. Roxanne, so go follow her on Instagram, man, and where we at in the conversation, man. China, yeah, it's I told you, dude, we've seen this a million times. We've seen this story a million. Didn't I say it? The first thing I said is Monday morning. Watch Monday morning. Oh, this ain't gonna be the only video. Oh, they gonna show him in high school. They gonna say he got expelled from high school. He had to get transferred. Oh man, it's coming. It's definitely coming, dog. I told you at the beginning of the show, I didn't even know they had new video footage, you know? And the video footage is nothing. so oh man. So yeah, man. Where we at in the conversation? Everybody good? Maybe we'll talk about death penalty or life in jail tomorrow. That'll get niggas excited. Eye for an eye. I already know. Eye for an eye. Kill them. Burn. Man, I want them to suffer, man. I want them to suffer. God, I want them to suffer. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be on this trial every day, y'all. Every day. I'm gonna try and find a live feed where we can watch, because I would love for us to watch it and talk together in real time. You know what I mean? Where we can have conversations, because you can't talk to CNN. You can't talk to Fox. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be watching this trial in real time, and we can watch it together and have conversation and dialogue about it. It's gonna be a long trial. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be a 3 or 4 week trial for sure. You know what I mean? And we'll see. And it's gonna be interesting. So where we at? Yeah, I appreciate it. Is DB still in here? Happy Mother's Day, y'all. Happy Patty, where you at? You still in here? Happy Mother's Day, Patty. Happy Mother's Day, Patty. Happy Mother's Day, Reese. Happy Mother's Day, Pretty Kelly. Happy Mother's Day, Unique Don. Happy Mother's Day, Patricia. Happy Mother's Day to you all, man. And yeah, they gonna say his father's an immigrant. His father was an alcoholic. His father was late on his tax. Man, this shit, watch. You gonna see. I'm telling you, his sister got expelled from college. I don't know. Did you see Reggie Owens' video and did you read the article from the Fraternal Order? No, I didn't. I didn't see it. What's the title of it? I'll watch it right now. I'm literally go and watch it right now. It's on the top of his list. I'll see it. I'll definitely see it. DB ain't here. DB gone. Somebody tell me what to do. We're going to get the hell out of here. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. I mean, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. His granny stole candy in 19. I'm telling you, it's going to be like that, dog. It's going to be like that. He's a career criminal. His grandfather was a Black Panther. I'm telling you, it gets crazy like that. Watch, you going to see. And I think he was a clean kid. It's like me. If I committed a crime, right? If I was assassinated or something like that, you know what they're going to say? Oh, at 19, he went to jail for grand theft. Y'all know it was petty theft. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know it was petty theft. What's up, 405? What's up? You calling?
What up, man?
What's poppin'?
Yup. Not much, man. Dude, the DJ lady, Roxanne. This was a really good show tonight. I just wanted to say that and
you should. I
like
wish you would have called her. I wish you would have called her and told her that.
Yeah, man. I was over here, whatever, fucking around with this one little female or whatever. Like, so I was kind of like in and out. Like, you know what I mean? But anyways, though, I guess ever since that nigga DB ain't here, I guess I will be him tonight. Then.
Okay.
So play the song, Fred.
I appreciate you, big dog. Thanks, big homie. I saw you, Mark Wonderlick. He beat you to the punch, though, man. You came to a gunfight with a knife, Mark Wonderlick. You gotta hit that phone, big dog. Hey. I'm about to listen to Reggie Owens' video right now. Eric, man, appreciate you, Lonnie. Mike Hennigan, Nassim the Dream, Eli, Hustler Slim, Anad, Mark Wonderlick, Pete Good. All I get is 10 mics, 15 mics. Yeah, Reggie Owens, the video. Oh, Breonna Taylor. Yeah. I'm gonna watch that. Mark Wonderlick, Eric Lane, Eric Jenkins. I appreciate you in the super chat, man. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, for real. Fred, I'm gonna watch it. P Good, Hustler Slim, Lane, Mark Wonderlick, J8. J8 was active tonight. What's up, sir? What up, Anna? And we in this motherfucker. We gonna sing this shit together, y'all. We gonna sing this shit together. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is on my head. I'm telling you the truth, man. It's all in what you do, man. Some things you gotta do, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Have fun with your family tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow night. And maybe we'll talk about that. They're going to assassinate his character. And they're going to say, oh, the bail. See, now what they're doing now is petitioning for bail. I don't know if they made bail yet, but that's what they're doing now. So they putting this information out now. They trying really hard. And they're going to try and get their bail dropped because they're not a flight risk. It's for the children. He was in the military and might have killed someone. Yeah, they gonna go. they gonna say all that shit, man. He beat up his sister when he was 8. You know, watch. Trust me. All right, I love y'all, motherfuckers, man. I'll see y'all niggas tomorrow. I appreciate y'all, man. I feel like we've been together all day. You know what I mean? I'll holler at y'all niggas tomorrow. Peace.